Shalom. Welcome to GMS Gals on the Streets. Want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, with my worship. Double honors to my elder apostles, the great millstone, who taught me these words in sincerity and in truth, and who rule well and are still on the highways and byways, doing what they were called to do, and that's to push this word, push this gospel, to do the work, even if it is unto death. Salutations to all the Akim throughout the world who are affiliated with GMS, who are doing the same. This is Elder Sakaran from the GMS New York camp, and I'm coming at you just with a quick, I tend to always go for prophecy, right? That's the order of the day, prophecy. I'm just taking a quick little, how would you say, do a little quick lesson on this. Caught my attention on RT. This article here dealing with Deontay Wilder and the WBC president Mauricio Solomon coming at Deontay for his what he had said about his opponent. So I'm gonna read the article, say a couple of words, bring out some scriptures as always, and you brothers could leave your comments below. Remember, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be alerted or notified of any new videos that I put up. So now, the title of this article is Completely Against the Spirit of Our Sport. WBC president slams Deontay Wilder threat to opponent. Now, this is the words of the WBC president Mauricio Solomon. Okay. And he said that what Deontay Wilder has said, which I'm going to read, is completely against our sport. Now, this guy, obviously, he has forgotten where the idea of boxing comes from. And any martial art sport, where it comes from, right? I mean, of course, it's from ancient times, but I'm talking about going back to a certain empire, which we're in spiritually, and that's the Roman Empire. Boxing is nothing but a gladiatorial sport. So this guy here is wrong in what he said, that what Deontay Wilder has said is against the spirit of the sport. You're wrong, because boxing is nothing but a gladiatorial event. No different than the gladiators that were in the arenas of Rome and the provinces that Rome owned, any gladiatorial games that they had. All right, so this guy's going off just by saying that. But now we're gonna read on. As you can see, this is the picture of Deontay Wilder, and you can see this guy. This showing you this guy right here is a straight up. He was one of those ancient gladiators, and that goes for anybody that's into the boxing world, or any MMA, any mixed martial arts sports. These guys in the ancient world, all right, they lived before. They were the ancient gladiators that you read about, but they're coming back. Now you see he has the mask and everything. That's what they used to do in the Roman arenas. And then the majority of those gladiators back then, the majority of them were Israelites. They were what they would call the so-called Christians. Okay, and they were yes, they were so-called black, and they were in the arenas, and they were being, they were fighting each other. They were put to fight again. All you got to do is see the movie Django with Jamie Foxx, and they'll show you a scene, okay, where there's two Israelites fighting each other, and you got Edomites around them, placing bets on them to see who will win. That's what this comes from. You see, Esau. What you thought this was? Is some kind of, you know, you know, a sport of two kittens fighting each other, nibbling on each other. No, this is gladiatorial, and a gladiatorial event. So I'm gonna read on. It says WWBC, and the reason why I'm going into this is because this is to prove that America is nothing but Rome all over again, the Roman Empire all over again, according to which, Lord help me, I'm going to go into Revelation, the 13th chapter. Rome, which is also the fourth beast that you read about in the book of Daniel, the second chapter, never died. It was just wounded, as if it was wounded unto death, but it never died. It came back, it revived. It came back again. As who? As America, the United States. All right. So we're living in Rome. And you're looking at an ancient gladiator from back in the days. All right. Yeah, he got the tattoos, and you see, that's why there were Israelites that were believing in, in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, or believing in the law and all that. They knew that they were Israelites and stuff. But there were Israelites like this that were living outside of Jerusalem. And as you notice, he has the tattoos, which of course is against the laws. But this guy is an Israelite. All right. But he got tattoos. So they considered him a heathen, a foreigner to Israel, a foreigner to the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And in their eyes, the Most High wasn't with them. Okay. So now let's read on, right? I said WBC President Mauricio Solomon has criticized Deontay Wilder's comments in which he suggested that he would have no qualms about killing his opponent Dominic Breazeale in the ring this weekend as regrettable. Now, first of all, Jake, Israelites, we speak in slang. Okay, we can say something like that. Yo, man, I'm gonna kill you. You got rappers that they use metaphors. They use many metaphors. Okay, and things like that. In the ancient world, they'll call them parables and or allegories, things of this nature, right? To bring their message in a poetic form. But it didn't mean that's exactly what they were going to do. But showing you that this dude here, he's more than likely he's an Edomite, or just as simple as I don't know. More than likely he's a heathen, and he's taking what Deontay said seriously. Deontay just saying, look, man, it's to sell the fight. That's how Jake speaks. You see what I'm saying? So, but have people died in the boxing ring while they were boxing? Yes, that's been noted. It's a full contact sport, man. You know what I'm saying? It's it's trauma to the head, to your body. Of course, anything could happen. Shit, you could be in your car and get into an accident and you could die, right? So, it's a part of that world, is that, and it is for him saying that he's in the full spirit of the sport, which is being a gladiator. All right. So let me read it again. WBC President Mauricio Solomon has criticized Deontay Wilder's comments in which he suggested that he would have no qualms about killing his opponent, Dominic Breazeale, in the ring this weekend as regrettable. I'm sorry, yeah, the WBC president's name is Mauricio Solomon. I don't even know what he looked like, man. But more than likely, he's probably a heathen or just a simple ass nigga, right? So let's read on. Wilder, the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion, defends his title against the 20-1 former Olympian Brazil in Brooklyn's Barclays Center on Saturday, and in an apparent attempt to help drum up attention ahead of the encounter. The bronze bomber has been vocal in detailing his problems with his fellow American fighter. Speaking in an interview with USA Today Sports, Wilder said that he would have little issue with ending his opponent's life inside the ring. If he dies, he dies, Wilder said. This is boxing. This is not a gentleman's sport. This is a gladiator's sport. Oh, oh shit. Now, I didn't even know that was written there, brothers. I didn't even know that was written there. Showing you that's the spirit of the sport right there. Showing you that Deontay Wilder is indeed one of those ancient gladiators coming back. I didn't even know that he wrote. I didn't read this article beforehand. So this is the spirit. This is boxing. This is not a gentleman's sport. This is a gladiator sport. And with bad blood, we know I possess the power. In boxing, you can be able to harm a man to the point of killing a man and get paid for it in the same night. In boxing, you can be able to harm a man to the point of killing a man and get paid for it in the same night. If it happens, I'm not going to apologize. He's been asking for this all along. One person who has taken serious issue with these comments, aside from Brazil, is WBC President Mauricio Solomon. What the hell? So let's read what this guy Mauricio Solomon has said, right? I have seen Deontay Wilder comments, which are regrettable. They're regrettable to you, and completely against the spirit of our sport. The spirit of the sport of boxing is gladiator. Okay? And we are in Rome. This is Rome all over again. I have known Wilder for a long time, and he is not the person he portrays in such comments. His metaphors are against the... Wait a minute, but it's metaphors. See? And I just brought that out. It's just metaphors, man. It's to sell the... You're making money off this, dude. All right? But yet, yes, he's taking it serious because he also could die in the arena too, right? His metaphors are against the What does it matter whether one opponent says it or not? Look, you could die in that arena, okay? His metaphors are against the WBC code of ethics and will be addressed in a hearing. This dude is, first of all, this is Rome, okay? This is Rome, and this is an ancient... Deontay Wilder is definitely one of those ancient Israelite gladiators, man, of back then. Okay, so this is all I'm gonna read. I'll put the link in the description box, and you can just read this if you like. I'm gonna bring out a quick scripture. This is Revelation, the 13th chapter, and the first verse. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Now you already know this is talking about NATO, right? The 7 heads, 7 empires of Esau, 10 crowns represent the EU nations, right? Second verse, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, talking about the Greek Empire, which was a kingdom of Edomites, right? And its leader, its founder, so to speak, or the one who came into prominence, was Alexander the Greek. Like a leopard, because he was quick. It took him, I think, about 13 years to conquer the known world, and then he died. He wore a leopard's head, or let me say a helmet that was designed like a leopard head. I got to go back to see if it was an actual leopard. We used to say back in the day that it was an actual leopard's head that he wore as a helmet, but when you go back, they always show like a helmet that was kind of designed in the form and the shape of a leopard. But in either case, it was a leopard's helmet that he wore, and the way he conquered was like a leopard. Was quick, right? Striking his enemies quick and conquering them, taking them out. But of course, the Heavenly Father has set him up. As a matter of fact, I believe in history, it was Levite priests that told him who he was in the scriptures, man, and told him what he was going to do. And he saw them in a dream. So it was the Most High who set him up, right? It says, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. The bear represents, so Alexander the Greek was the beginning of Esau's reign, right? Of Esau's rulership. The feet of a bear represents Russia, because that's the end of Esau's rulership, because Magog, which are the Russians today, they're going to destroy the land of Israel with thermonuclear missiles, utterly destroy the land of Israel, and they're also going to utterly destroy America with thermonuclear missiles along with the other nations. And then after that, our kingdom, the Israelite kingdom, underneath the one they ignorantly called Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai, which is a black man. Okay, him when he comes back, which is soon to come, he's gonna take over. He's gonna take all the crowns of all the kings of the earth, and he's gonna totally conquer them, destroy them, and we, the elect, hopeful elect, are gonna reign with him forever. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And now that mouth is America. The lion represents Britain. Okay, that's why the symbols of Britain is the lion. The mouth was America. America came out of Britain. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Now the dragon, who's that dragon? That dragon represents. It goes back to, of course, is Satan. Of course, the children of Satan, though. But the dragon goes back to the Roman Empire, man. All right. It says, and his seat and great authority. But ultimately, it's the spiritual demon Satan. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. One of those heads was speaking about the Roman Empire, the fourth beast that you read about in the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Okay, as it were wounded unto death, but it didn't die. As it were wounded to death. See, and his deadly wound was healed. How was it healed? Because they came back as the Spanish. They came back as the French, the German, right? The Germans. They came back as America and the EU nations and all that, but especially America. And all the world wondered after the beast, right? Because right now, that's what the nations are doing. Well, right now the nations are waking up to America that, look, America is the big bully on the block, and we gotta take him out. So they're getting they're getting ready. They got their thermonuclear weapons capabilities, and they're like, look, man, you ain't the big guy in the block no more, you know. But for a long time, everybody feared America. America was going throughout the whole world, bullying everybody, taking their mineral resources, and putting everybody in slavery, right? It says, and they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast. So the dragon is the Roman Empire. The beast is NATO, right? Saying who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him, right? Who is able to make war against NATO? But who is on the top of NATO? The United States. So this is what I wanted to bring out, just to bring out that this is spiritually Rome, all over again. And I guess that the main point that I wanted to bring out was Revelation 13:3, right here, where it says, "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. That was the Roman Empire, and his deadly wound was healed." And the way that they were wounded to death was pretty much the same way that America today is. How they are spread too thin. They got garrisons everywhere in every nation, embassies in every nation. Their military is everywhere. And that's what happened to the Roman Empire. They were spread too thin. They didn't have the money. They kept on depreciating the value of the denarii, um, or denarii, and they didn't have money to pay their soldiers, to feed their soldiers, to you know to keep up with with its war machine, which was the military, which made them great, right? They used the phalanx and all that, but what's a military if you can't feed them? So this is what's happening with the United States. What happened with Rome was they were spread out too thin. They couldn't take care of their their military units, right? Their legions and all that. And so what slowly started happening was that all the barbaric tribes that they were fighting against for years started they ain't stopped started coming against Rome and eventually took them out. So that's what's happening with America now. But spiritually, what's happening is that the word of the Lord is going out by way of the prophets and teachers of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, through the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, and slowly destroying Esau's system spiritually by the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Then after, and when the Lord is ready, physically, by way of thermonuclear destruction. So I just wanted to bring that just real quick thing out, just to let you know that this is Rome. This is Rome, and we got to get back into this is still dealing with prophecy. Got to get back into the scriptures and what the scriptures say about Rome and what was going to be the future for Rome, right? And get back into that history. History also, that so-called saying in the world, man, to know your to know your past is to know your future, whatever. To know your history is to know your future. So, but it's kind of true, that worldly parable or proverb or whatever. So anyway, that's just a quick, little lesson I wanted to get into. Spirit prompted me to get into it. And with that, I just want to say, like I said before, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of any new shows that I do. And with that, this is GMS Gallows on the Streets, Elder Sakaran signing off. Shalom.